Welcome to the hottest movie review on the internet today, the A-List Review. I'm your host, the Game Changer, Wes Troop. And this week I'm going to be reviewing 3 big movies, 2 that came out in theaters, and 1 that I just caught on DVD that was out for a few months now. We're going to review 3 totally different movies. It would be quite the triple feature, I must say. First, Terminator Genisys, Magic Mike XXL, and the DVD of Still Alice. Yeah! Alright, so first up, it's the 5th movie in the franchise. He's back. It's time to review Terminator Genisys. Do-do-do-do-do. In the future, John Connor, leader of the resistance against the machine, sends his friend, Kyle Reese, back to 1984 to save John's mother from an evil Terminator who was sent back to kill her. When Reese meets Sarah Connor, things have changed, and along with a robotic friend, they're ready to change the future. So what did I think of Terminator Genisys? I thought it's a fine 5th entry in the Terminator franchise. Is it up there with the classic first 2 films? Not exactly, but I did enjoy it more than the last 2 movies in the series. Going into the Genisys, if you've never seen any Terminator movies, you may want to watch the first 2 entries in the series at first, or at least be familiar with what happens, as it would help you better understand what's going on here. This film basically creates a different timeline and reboots the series. The action is fun and includes different Terminators brawling it out, a bus chase on the always destroyed Golden Gate Bridge. I mean, didn't they just, rebuild that from San Andreas? And even a helicopter chase. A big problem here is one of the trailers gives away a big plot twist that would have probably surprised a lot of moviegoers. I enjoyed the storyline of the Terminator being sent back to the 1970s to save the young girl Sarah and becomes her protector and father figure. I was getting a little worried about the bickering between Sarah and Kyle, as it seemed like a rom-com at times, but luckily that aspect gets better as it goes on. Arnold Schwarzenegger returns to his iconic role, credited as the Guardian. Sarah calls him Pops in the movie, the Terminator who was sent back to save Sarah instead of kill her. Emilia Clarke, oh yeah, as Sarah Connor, a young woman looking to bring down Skynet before it even launches. Jai Courtney as Kyle Reese, the man sent from the future to protect Sarah and would originally end up being the father of her child. Jason Clarke as John Connor, the son of Sarah and Kyle, who is a war hero and is tampered with by an evil force. J.K. Simmons as Detective O'Brien, a cop saved by Kyle in 1984 who ends up dealing with him in the future. Byung-Hun Lee as T-1000, a liquid Terminator on the tail of Kyle. And Matt Smith, yes, the Doctor, as a human version of Genisys, aka Skynet. Go into Terminator Genisys knowing it won't top the first 2 films, and I think you'll still have an enjoyable time. I'm going to give it the rating of do it. Yeah, I mean, this is not a great movie. It's a good movie, I thought at least. A lot of people are hating on it online. I think you don't go into a franchise movie thinking, oh my god, this is going to be the best one yet. You know, unless it's like Fast and the Furious, because that's a weird series. But, because that could be. The 5th one's my favorite, so whatever. But, yeah, just like Jurassic Park. You go in, when you went to Jurassic World, I hope you didn't think, oh, this is going to be better than the original, because it won't be. But, the same with the horror movies. You don't go into, the 10th Friday the 13th thinking, oh, this is going to be the best one yet. It might be your favorite, but it won't be the best. It's just I don't know. You just have to sort of assume it's not going to be as good. And then people are crushed, and they hate the movie because they think it's not as good as the first one. Well, no kidding. There were some problems, but, going to the movies is about being entertained with this type of movie. It's a popcorn flick. It's the 5th part of a movie. You know what you're signing up for here. And you really know what you're signing up for here because it's spoiled in almost all of the previews. It really gives away almost the whole movie in the previews, unfortunately. I don't know why they did that. I don't know if it leaked that storyline or if they just thought, well, maybe this will get more people going to the theaters. I don't know why they did that, but, you know, I still had a good time with this movie. Like I said, I enjoyed it more than the last two movies. So, Arnold's good in it. So if you're a fan of the Terminator movies and of Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, I'd say check it out, whether it be in theaters or DVD. The next movie that hit theaters this week got all the cougars crooning. And so here's my review of Magic Mike XXL. Hit the music. After getting out of the game, getting married, and starting a construction company, the male stripper known as Magic Mike returns to action to join his group, the Kings of Tampa, as they head on a road trip to Myrtle Beach at a stripper convention for one more performance. So what did I think of Magic Mike XXL? I thought it's a mostly entertaining comedy drama. I couldn't exactly remember if there was more dancing in the original film or this one. There are some routines throughout, but the main macho madness, ooh yeah, is toward the very end of the film where the guys perform wild solo acts at the convention. I must say, Channing Tatum's dances are pretty amazingly choreographed. That boy can dance. There's more laughs this time around, including a scene-stealing Joe Manganiello in a gas station in one of the funniest moments I've seen on screen this year. There's also a little bit of tension between the guys, but really nothing too dramatic. Of course there's a romantic subplot, but it works for what it is. The story sees the gang traveling from Florida to Myrtle Beach and getting into some interesting situations, such as a drag queen dance-off along the way. Alright then. The returning cast stars Channing Tatum as Mike Lane, the former stripper who wants to come back for one more big dance and trip with his buddies, Joe Manganiello as Big Dick Richie, that's what they call me on the streets, Mike's friends who's having trouble finding the right woman, Matt Bomer as Ken, a dancer who's into meditation and positive vibes, Kevin Nash as Tarzan, the large older entertainer who's gotten into painting, Adam Rodriguez as Tito, who when he isn't dancing works in the frozen yogurt business, and Gabriel Iglesias as Tobias, the gang's new MC. Joining the cast are Amber Heard as Zoe, a young woman Mike meets along the way, Jada Pinkett Smith as Rome, a woman from Mike's past who owns an estate of male performers, and Andie MacDowell, I haven't seen her in forever, as Nancy, the mother of one of the girls the Kings of Tampa hangs out with. Obviously, it's not going to win an Oscar, but Magic Mike XXL brings all the fun the target audience could ask for, and their dates who are forced to go along could very easily enjoy it as well, even if they don't want to admit it. I'm gonna give it the rating of... what else? Do it! Yeah, I had fun with this movie. I'm a straight man, I can say it. You don't have to be certain gender to enjoy this film. I like the first one, and I was alright with saying it. I'm masculine enough to admit it. And, it's fine. It's a goofy movie. It's a movie about male strippers, You're not gonna get Shakespeare, people. I don't understand why people go into movies expecting something other than what you see in the previews. There are so many people that are like, oh, this was not what I expected. Well, what did you expect in a movie about male strippers on a road trip? Really? You have to take these movies for what they are and grade them on that. Oh, God. Alright, anyway. The theater was full of cougars, a few younger ladies, but The women were having a blast. Let me tell you that. They were screaming, they were hollering, clapping. One woman, I was walking out of the theater, said, "I can't wait for number 3. I'm ready now." You know, so if you're a part of the woman fan base that enjoyed the first one, I think you're really gonna like this one. You probably already saw it, in fact. I'm probably preaching to the choir here, and you probably already have your own review up. But yeah, I mean, it was fun. You know, a lot of guys probably won't go see it in the theater if they just want to see it, but, you know, I would say check it out on DVD. And finally, a movie that got a lot of buzz this past award season. Julianne Moore won the Best Actress Oscar for this role. It's a tearjerker, let me tell you that one. Here's my review of Still Alice. A 50-year-old linguistics professor realizes she is forgetting things every now and then. She ends up going to a specialist and finds out she has a case of early onset Alzheimer's disease. Finding out how long she has until the situation gets worse, she has to deal with telling her family and employer what's going on. So what did I think of Still Alice? I thought it's a heartbreaking drama adapted from a book. This is a film that is obviously sad and even depressing, as we virtually know where the story will go before it even begins. It starts out with Alice just forgetting small things, like what she was talking about while giving a speech at a lecture, to getting lost while jogging on the campus she teaches at. Things begin to get more serious as she can't remember meeting her son's girlfriend she met about 10 minutes prior. We also find out the disease could be passed on genetically and could affect her 3 children. While she does get worse, she has moments where she can still criticize one of her daughters on how she should live her life. Julianne Moore won the Best Actress Oscar for her portrayal of Alice Howland, the doctor whose family sees her memory slipping away right before their eyes. Moore certainly earned the award, giving the right amount of heart and despair to the role. The rest of the cast stars Alec Baldwin as John, Alice's husband and fellow doctor, who at first is in denial about her having the condition, Kristen Stewart as Lydia, their youngest daughter trying to make it as an actress in California, Kate Bosworth as Anna, their oldest daughter working on starting a family of her own, and Hunter Parrish as Tom, the couple's son starting a new relationship. While it may be hard to watch emotionally, Still Alice is worth checking out for the great performances. I'm gonna give it the rating of do it. Yeah, this is a tough one. I thought it's a good movie, no doubt about it. It's just, as I said, emotionally it's hard to watch, especially if you know someone who's had Alzheimer's. This is not a, hey, we need a good time, let's pop in Still Alice. You know, this is a movie, you know, you have to be in a specific mood. But it is a good watch nonetheless. Alright, well, I hope everybody has a good 4th of July weekend. That's it for this show. I'll be back next week with my reviews of Minions, The Gallows, Selfless, and a special event. The Mystery Science Theater guys are doing another Riff Tracks Live, this time Sharknado 2. So I'm planning to see that one as well. So all those reviews next week, I'll be back. Until then, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube, youtube.com/westside515. You can like the Facebook page, facebook.com/WestTroopAlist. Follow me on the Twitter and the Instagram @WesAlist. And of course, you can buy my book, The A-List Review 2014 Movie Review Yearbook. Over 150 reviews, only $10. Contact me through Facebook or Twitter if you're interested. Until next time, Troop.